We're back with another episode of Love at the Lockup, and this was a good one. Mostly because my girl Karen is bad. We gotta deal with Zeruiah and Troy, but they keep the cameras on Karen, and that's all that matters. So I'm happy. Jumping into everything, I want to start with Will, Courtney, and Mark, because I don't know why they keep playing and not adding Mark's picture up there, because he is the third man. So Courtney is at the new halfway house and she's like, I don't have any privacy here, so I need to do my laundry at a friend's house. Girl, now we know what friend you talking about.
I'm here for you. You have me.
She puts the load of laundry in and then she calls Will, her husband. At this point, I don't know why he's taking her calls, because after everything that they've been going through and all these arguments, why is he still entertaining? He's playing little video games and pick up the phone and she's like, sir, where's my money? Run me my money. And that's why I cannot be mad at her, because she is a finesser. She ain't no scammer. She is a finesser. And it's so funny to me because she knows how to twist and deflect to where if you call her out on something, because she be wrong all the time, but she gonna twist it and manipulate it to where you're wrong and you start to feel bad for her. This is the victim role that Kim should have been taking notes on. So he takes her call and he's like, because we're married, like this is supposed to be what a marriage is supposed to be. Sir.
That's how you're gonna behave. If you're gonna behave like a single person, you can be a single person.
And you really think that's what I want?
I don't think you know the definition of marriage and what a marriage is supposed to look like, because this and how you all got here, that ain't love. That is not a marriage. And old lady Lydia would agree with me. That is not a covenant that the Lord has put together. So now he's bringing up Mark, because y'all know he's threatened by Mark, and he's trying to throw shade at Mark, talking about, well, your sugar daddy. And here she goes with her twisting, and it's like, this is my friend that's taking care of me when you left.
And then this Mark guy that's just here with you, apparently helping you.
You're mad because somebody else is helping me, but you're not here to help me, so that's ironic.
What the did you expect me to do?
Not with one of your sugar daddies.
I asked you to for money the other day and you got mad at me.
I'm like, girl, you better spend that. But even in the wrong, I'm still on her side, because he deserves everything that comes his way, because this is what you signed up for. So you getting a taste of reality. She says in the confessional that he promised her an allowance of $1,000 a month and she only got $300 of that. So she's like, sir, run me this money. But he still want to be talking about Mark, and so out of nowhere, Mark appears.
And who's even with you right now?
I'm by myself right now.
Doesn't matter who you're with. Just saying.
This man stayed just in the background laughing and saying his little 2 cents. So that's why I'm like, I could be mad at Mark. I like Mark. Put his picture up there. But Will heard him just like, I heard him like, who's that? I heard that voice. She's defending him as my friend that took care of me. When you left me. Which she's not wrong. She's not wrong. And he went on and changed the subject.
I just heard someone, so you're with somebody.
Come on, Dad.
I don't know how we fix this. I don't know where we go from here.
And it's funny because he's trying to give her the definition of what a sugar daddy is.
You're talking about me being jealous over some guy who can take care of you.
You're calling him a sugar daddy.
Because he clearly wants you and all he's doing is spending money on you. That's the definition of a sugar daddy.
Me? But my mind wouldn't want to me.
Period. See, that's why I'm like, Courtney is my girl. That is my girl. And I'm going to stand behind her every time. Behind Mark, because he's going to be there every time too. So she gives her monologue of, I'm trying to adjust to the real life. I'm looking for words of encouragement. You're not saying you're going to get through this.
Here's the problem. You don't understand what it's like to get out of prison, to learn to live a different life, to learn to act a different way, and the struggles that comes with it. You're not giving me any words of encouragement telling me I can get through this or we can get through this.
And it's just funny to me. But it didn't work this time. And he's like, you're not what a wife's supposed... Sir, what did you think getting someone from prison is going to be? And I think she even said that.
Like, what did you expect when you went to a prison looking for girlfriends? Like, did you expect Martha Stewart?
You're the one that signed up for this.
Well, not anymore.
That's why I'm not upset with all this happening to him, because this is literally what you signed up for. And you not playing your part because you made all these little empty promises of $1,000 a month, and it was going to be peaches and cream where you can control everything. You dealing with a prisoner. And she's like, I'm going to keep reminding you I'm a prisoner. Because he stayed in the confessional crying about, I spent $10,000 to $15,000 on her, blah, 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 blah.
The total amount of money I've spent on Courtney during this relationship, her phone, her clothes, her bag, her glasses, the ring, somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000.
This conversation goes nowhere, and of course there's a whole nother fight. She even came with a little monologue.
Like, I know what I did and I know I up, but we're supposed to be able to make it through anything, and you like one time and you already like are bouncing?
It sold me over a little bit, but he's like, you're not acting like a wife.
Here's the thing. You're not a wife. You're not a wife, and we're breaking up. That's it. No, I don't care.
Listen to me.
I'm not going to listen to you.
You're gonna hang up.
I don't care. Hang up. You're not a wife. We're breaking up.
Come here. We're good. You can do it right.
Please tell me what you thought this girl from prison was about to be. Because you're not acting like a wife, because I guess he thinks he's acting like a husband. We're broken up. Sir, this is a divorce. You married her 2 seconds after she got out, so it's a divorce. And honestly, y'all did it so quick, I don't even think y'all signed a prenup, because right after that, she got locked back up. So if I was Courtney, I would continue to scam and be like, okay, we getting divorced, and I'm going to take you for a half of everything you got. That's how you work it, because for this fool to want to marry someone that he does not know just like that, take his money. Take his money. So she's upset, storms in, and y'all know Mark gonna be ready to console his girl. And it's like, you know, I'm gonna be here for you. I'm here for you. And she's still in her confessional, crying, trying to explain what it's like to be married and a partnership with your husband.
He didn't even give us a chance. The point of being married to somebody is that you learn and you grow with them.
While she's in the bed of the sugar daddy. So I'm just like, I can't do anything but laugh. This is the type of delusion I like to see on this show. And while she's in there crying and giving her little monologue, Mark is out there spilling the tea in his confessional, because they asked him, like, have y'all, like... And he pretty much says what I thought based on her response.
Have you and Courtney been intimate?
Do you want to know the truth or not the truth? I can't say that there hasn't been a couple hot moments. You know, we've had our fun.
They haven't went all the way, but they had some hot moments, and I'm sure y'all have. So he's getting what he wants, she's getting what she wants, and still trying to work Will. So put Mark's picture up there, period. Now we're back with the scammers, Justine and Michael. Heavy on Michael. They still in the parking lot arguing. He's still trying to defend this barbershop scam, and it's not gonna fly. She fell for too many of your scams that she is tired. She does not want the IRS knocking on y'all's door, at least not for her, so she don't want to be a part of it. Now, she said she had a little bit of common sense when she was saying she would cut the wedding budget for the kids or for the house.
I don't want to cut my wedding for another business venture. I'll cut my wedding for the kids' school, and I'll cut my wedding for the things that have to do with the house, and I'll cut my wedding for things that have to do with the babies. I'm not cutting my wedding for Jay in a barbershop.
Which I'm like, okay, that's a good mindset, but girl, I don't think there's a wedding budget. But he ain't buying it. He is still living on this little pipe dream of becoming a millionaire. Because the second he was like, if we do this investment, I can give you $1 million.
Me investing and trying to create more opportunities to make money, I'd be able to give you $1 million wedding.
It's actually
How are you
psychotic.
The second $1 million part of his lips, that should have alerted the IRS and the tax people to run his name. Because $1 million with all these little scams he's trying to, nope. And he's over here trying to justify, talking about, you know, I could be running the streets like I could.
Hey, man, if I was running the streets, that Montana Mills.
That is true, but you are trying to run these credit cards. So either way, you're going to end up behind bars. So go on in the studio, drop some beats or go ahead and get a real job and try to provide for your family. She makes a comment about him being a mama's boy or something like that, and that sets him off. So he's walking away and she's like, I'm done with this. I tried to stand by him. I'm not about to be a co-signer on this. So when they lock him up, they come for me too. Or she didn't say all that.
I put up with everything. I put up with the family. I put up with the kids. I do the house. I do every business. I help him make 50 cents on every dollar.
But that's pretty much what she's trying to say. So he goes upstairs to the little scam meet. I don't know how that ended. And so they sleep separately in the same house, but recording little...
He's not in bed with me.
I just hate the man.
If y'all don't just go downstairs and talk to each other... Which they ended up doing the next morning. She comes down in her little lingerie trying to bend. I'm like, girl, we see you. We see you.
I missed you last night.
You missed me last night?
I really wasn't trying to listen to their conversation because it's just a whole bunch of delusions. I was mostly looking at their kids because they do have some beautiful kids. And I'm trying to send a little message through the screen of letting them know y'all parents are delusional. So the whole family situation comes up and she's like, don't say anything about my family because that's a touchy subject for me, the relationship with my mom. And I forgot because I didn't see like the first seasons they've been on. I saw the last one when she was pregnant again. And I remember from the flashback that you over here painting like you've been estranged from your parents and your family wrongfully. When no, I'm on your mama's side because she pretty much is saying y'all out here want to keep having all these kids in the predicament that y'all in.
You got 7 kids and now you have a new baby coming into the picture?
The plan is to just leave it in God's hands.
Leave it in God's hands, huh? What the I'm gonna be having another baby.
9 kids.
And he got the nerve to say, we're going to pray about it, or, we're going to put it in God's hand. Okay. And that's pretty much what she said. Okay. And walked up out of that little sit down. You want to have 7, 8, 9, 10, 100 kids with the situation y'all are in, financially, stress-wise, health-wise. And the mama knows you are adding all this chaos to your life and it's going to fall on her. And she gonna end up being like Brooke's mama, taking care of the kids and not you. Because that's a lot for anybody, whether you got it all together or not, which is what his mom is doing. She may not be stressed out, but I bet you she's one of the main people helping taking care of the kids. And her mama knows that's what's going to happen because she know you can't take care of those kids. So for you to keep having all these kids, she's like, have fun. So I ain't feeling sorry for y'all. I'm just about to tell y'all. The only good thing about them in this episode is they were not in that kitchen. I just hope it was clean. Now on to Daniel and Bianca. Lord. So Daniel is going to court, and we already know from the last episode that it's up in the air that he could go back to jail for it.
I could be sent back to prison if the judge isn't happy with me. So let's go in there and find out.
And while he's going to court after a long drive, I think like 8 hours or something like that, she's over here at the pet store, not asking for a job, but playing the victim. So she leaves and gets a call from his PO, and you don't really hear what the conversation is. She's just like, oh, he's not coming back?
No, he's not speaking to me, so I didn't know any of this. Like, we were completely fine. And then it's just out of nowhere, it's just like, train wreck. So I thought he had court. He's supposed to come back. Daniel's not coming back.
And she starts to tell her little sob story like, well, he's not talking to me, but I'm like, girl, they don't want to hear all that. So whatever they said, I'm thinking he got locked back up. And so she comes back and yelling at the cameras like, I'm done filming, take these GoPros.
At this point, I'm done. Please stop filming me. This is private, and I'm not trying to be rude to you. I know it's your job, but please stop. I'm just over. Can you get these GoPros out of my car, please? I don't want to film anymore.
Can you at least tell me what happened?
No.
That's the one time I agree with her. Absolutely. Unlike her, turn those cameras off, let her go. We are done. Y'all can just have love at the lockup and just put Daniel's picture up there by himself. But then they're like, after talking to producer, she came back. Of course, because what else she got to do? She ain't got nothing else to do. Then we find out what actually was said on the call. Apparently, Daniel called the PO to let her know that he's going to stay at a hotel because long drive and it's late at night and he doesn't really like driving at night, which is fair.
So you know how court went. It went good.
Okay.
You sound like you got arrested in bitch face right now.
I'm upset, and your PO called me.
Be back tomorrow. It's a long drive home,
She said she doesn't think it's safe for us to be living together, and she said she's probably gonna pull you out of this living situation. That's why I'm freaking out.
But Miss Victim over here just spent that into a whole victim story, and that's why she was so upset. Not that he could potentially go back to jail, not that, he's driving at night and his safety. She's just like, why am I hearing from the PO that you're gonna stay here? And
I guess he's telling his parole officer that I'm the problem, and he just needs to be away from me. It's shocking to me because I'm doing no wrong.
just think of all these bad situations and scenarios of, is he back using?
And especially where he is right now, that's where he did a lot of crime and he got arrested. And then all of a sudden he got a hotel room. Did he just score some fentanyl or heroin and was like, actually, I'm gonna stay here and just have a good night?
He doesn't care about me, blah, blah, blah. No, you are absolutely right. But you also do not care about him. You're over here talking about, I'm concerned about it. You haven't been concerned about him, because if you were really concerned, you would have been blowing up his phone the whole time to see, oh, how did court go? Are you locked up? Are you okay? You have a long drive. All these different things that you could be more worried about if you actually care about his sobriety, but not using that as an excuse when things don't go your way and you want to play the victim. You are playing the victim over someone that literally just went to court, could be locked right back up after a long drive. So of course he don't want to take another long drive after that long stressful day at night, going back to hell. And I thought Kim was bad at playing the victim. Girl, you are giving her a run for her money. Because now you over here talking about, well, I'm upset because I normally would drink, but we don't believe that.
I would go drink, but I don't drink anymore. So I think that's also something that's really hard for me, because that's how I cope with my feelings.
I do not believe that. We think you have some type of self-control? Absolutely not. You just want to say all these things to play the victim when you literally are dealing with someone who just got out of jail, having to deal with this stressful moment, as well as just got out of court again. Not once have you been trying to help him with his sobriety, even a little workout class for his sobriety. You over here complaining and blah, 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 and then leaving. So you don't care about him. And I'm glad that he is so focused. No one's perfect, but he is very determined to get his life on track, even in all this chaos, because it takes a strong man or a strong anybody to deal with her while you're trying to put your life together. No. And that's pretty much what Daniel says the next morning. He all happy
Stayed in Bullhead last night. Bianca tried calling me. I didn't even want to talk to her, man. I just want to enjoy my time out here. I got a long drive ahead of me. I'm not looking forward to seeing her. I think it's gonna get messy.
And I'm like, period. I love Daniel. I love that he's the realest one on here, and he's the one that, gives us a little tea, a little shade thrown at her, but he's the one that's really, really trying to do something with his life and make some type of change. And you can see the growth and you can see the stumbling blocks, but you can also see the growth to where you are rooting for him. And you got Satan over here, little mini Satan over here, just playing the victim, because the next morning she's over here pretending that she putting together furniture. We're supposed to put furniture together. Girl, really?
We don't have furniture that he was supposed to help set up with me. Daniel did not come home yesterday. We got in a really big argument and he's not communicating with me whatsoever.
Really, really, really. You over here making a mess just to prove a point that you are a victim in this. And then the craziest thing, girl, after this, I might have to put you a little past Kim, because you over here getting all mad and not knowing what you're doing and break something like some glass and you cut yourself.
Oh no. We need to pause for a second because I'm bleeding and
How do you turn that into Daniel's fault?
Things are chaotic. I wish he would just be here to help me. Like, he knows we just moved in and there's a bunch of we have to do, and now I'm cutting myself on accident because I'm just stressed the out.
Now, it's his fault that you cut yourself? That just blew my mind. I guessed it like, oh, she gonna somehow play the victim, and you did that. And girl, Daniel, if you don't run from her. And I know he's free now, but that is just so crazy to me. So Daniel is talking to his friends, and they're like, meet us at the bar. I'm like, okay, now Daniel, you just had a little slip up. I know she driving you crazy, but we gotta stay on track. And so he gets there, and the catch up with his friends, and his one friend like, I got a Long Island, you need to get one.
What's that?
Long Island.
Oh, Long Island? I haven't had a Long Island since I was in New York.
About time, bro.
Yeah.
It's about time. Today's the day.
What kind of friend is this? So I didn't see Daniel order one, but he spills the tea and talk about how Bianca has a tracker on him now and just all this types of control. And she's blowing up his phone, and the friend was just like, well, you just decline it, which he did.
Oh, it's just Bianca.
No, go ahead. You're not gonna answer?
Just hit decline.
Just don't even think about it.
Kitty. There you go.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, period. Daniel, let that be your shot. You don't need no shot of alcohol. Let you declining the call be the shot. His friend, although I'm like, you probably not the best influence, did make a good point that Bianca needs to get a hobby.
You need to get her off your case. Girl, get a hobby.
Yeah. But what's crazy to me is in the midst of her playing this victim, she showed her cards because she was like, he has all this freedom now. He has a car.
Because now he has all this freedom. He has a car. He can go do whatever he wants. And that's just a really scary thing, not knowing what is going on in his mind.
And that's what it was. She wants to be his warden. She wants to be like Warden Sharna and take control, because why are you mad he got his freedom? You liked him when he was locked up behind bars. When he got out, he was still kind of locked up because of parole and, not really doing anything. He is being proactive with all these positive things, getting a job, a car, and, handling all his little legal situations. And you are upset at his freedom, and she's trying to lie and say, oh, it's because, he could use it. You don't care, because have you once asked him? That's why he's in his confessional saying, I don't even feel comfortable telling her that I slipped up and had a shot or a drink, because you're not supportive. So that tells us everything we need to know. And you just showed the world who you really, although we already knew, but you just confirmed it, because you over here mad that a grown man has his freedom. You need to be busy finding a job, or like Homeboy said, finding a hobby to do something with your time, because right now you think your full-time job is to control this man. And if he's not at home, you got a little tracker and you playing Sims. And girl, I love the Sims too, but this is real life. And you playing with a real human being that is and that's why I'm like, this is a very dangerous game, because he can relapse horribly. He can do something horrible to someone. He's already taking breaks and going to hotel rooms and all this stuff just to get away from her. So it is a dangerous game that she's playing. That's something like, she's probably one of the most dangerous people on this show. Her control and her arrogance, well, not even arrogant, because she ain't nobody, but her selfishness is just so beyond that she is just reckless without thinking. And I knew that from the minute she told her little story about the car accident. So girl, please go on, or somebody needs to arrest her, put her in a little home, because I'm telling you now, she is a dangerous person. Not in the way of, because we can square up, she ain't dangerous like that, but she's mentally dangerous. So going back to Florida with Kim. Now we get to our stiletto wearing felon, Letitia, I think that's how you say it now, and Keith. Keith, her husband, is checking in to the halfway house. And at first I'm like, is this something wrong with my screen? But he got this little blurry phone.
They're definitely watching you. They got plenty of cameras everywhere. They even have like your cell phone passcode.
I'm like, you better tell your wife to scam and get you a phone. So while he's checking in, she is going to see a lawyer. I'm like, girl, are you seeing a lawyer about your case? Are we finally going to crack this case? But no, she's there on his behalf, trying to get custody of his son that he has with another woman, because apparently it's I think a criminal case or something with the mom.
State of Illinois, DCFS has taken custody from the biological mother. We're just trying to get placement and custody. Keith has 3 biological children. You know, there was an alleged neglect with his son. So Damari got picked up by DCFS. There's a criminal trial right now that Mari's mom's facing.
She's trying to get custody. He's trying to get... I'll get into why I'm laughing in a second, but he's trying to get custody, and she is too. And it's funny to me because it's not funny because I don't know what the mama got going on, but it's like going from one felon to another felon.
I've been in contact with the mother, and I already had custody signed over to me.
Did you go to a courthouse and get it signed by a judge?
No, I had it notarized.
Okay, but that's not...
I didn't even get a chance to. You know what I'm saying? They had already did their little sneak and said, oh, well, we've already revoked custody. So then I had no say because I wasn't with Keith prior to his incarceration. We got married while he was incarcerated.
Because I'm like, girl, you might want to wait and let him come speak to this lawyer because you over here with felony charges too. So, which she's explaining to the lawyer. And she finally says,
I have a criminal case that I'm dealing with over in Iowa. It's a financial issue. And so I just wanted to know if that would cause any type of issues with my husband getting custody of his son. Right now I'm fighting a theft charge, dealing with a dispute with a client with my tax and accounting business. It's ongoing right now, so we will see what happens.
She finally says she fighting the case. She says she is fighting a case over a dispute. They show her little mug shot, which I'm like, okay, that one is cute. The other one, you know, but she was right when she said she got options for a mug shot.
Why can't they? I asked him, I said, you know, I got a lot of mug shots. Can you post my last mug shot? That one was really pretty. And the one before that. And the one before that.
But she over here talking about over a client dispute and they circle felony theft. So I'm like, girl, You know, the lawyer is trying to let her know because she asking, oh, you know, would my case, not her felony, you know, have anything or any conflict with this? And so the lawyer is pretty much saying that they look at the home, and since he's been away in jail for so long, the judge is just going to look at you haven't been here during these vital times. So it's not like day one, you're just this great person. They're going to look at the fact that you were away. And so his dad was there and was like, oh, well, you know, it wasn't anything serious. It was just drugs.
His record's not bad. It's, you know, it's drugs.
The problem is when there's drugs in the home, there's all kinds of issues of violence. There's issues of police raiding the home. Even if he's trying to turn his world around, he isn't going to be that person day one.
First of all, even if that was to be the case, put that to the side. You sitting next to someone with something serious, a felony. But bringing him back, just like the lawyer said, when it involves kids, drugs is serious because possible police raids, violence, like all types of things in that environment. So it's not just he was gone for drugs. It's he was gone for drugs. We need to take a look at it. And I do think Keith is a good man. Allegedly. She got me over because she like in that little confessional, and I'm like, y'all cute together. Y'all cute together. You sitting beside your man, supporting him, and clearly we see that he is sitting beside you, supporting you too. Because honestly, that cute mugshot they should have added to y'all little picture in the beginning, because it's after lockup for you too. So I do believe he's a good man. However, just like he said, the judge is looking at, we need to see that, and it's not just going to be day one. She got the nerve to be upset and try to defend him, because the lawyer is just like, hey, I'm not saying he's a bad person. You just have to look at it. He was gone.
Remember that Keith wasn't here when he was needed. And you could say all day long, yeah, he was incarcerated, but yeah, he was incarcerated. And so from the eyes of the judge, which is, where was he? You're not home with your child.
I'm fighting back tears because it's bull. Me and Keith, we're not playing when it comes to Mark. You have to always be ready to fight, you know, because the world's going to always be against you.
Girl, he didn't go to jail because of a random lottery selection. He went to jail because he did a crime. So no one's saying he's a bad person now. Don't nobody know. It's one of those things you just have to look at the fact. And the fact is he was away. Just like the fact is you were away for a felony. So it's hilarious to me that she's over here trying to campaign and say that they have this wholesome house of great and I'm sure y'all can be good parents, but you also online bragging about being a stiletto wearing felon. So
what's up, y'all? Stiletto wearing felon is out, and I'm not gonna always look good every time I get locked up, y'all. Damn.
I think if a judge sees that, they're not going to send a child to a household that has the dad just got out of jail for so long, and the mom, obviously there's no like married life that y'all had together, but she also is someone that online is saying,
a stiletto wearing felon is out.
I'm the stiletto wearing felon, girl. So he's about to get out and she's at home with her youngest daughter and they're about to bake a cake. And they're talking about, you know, he's about to come home and she is calling him dad. Letitia explains the oldest daughter, she was like, you know, that's your dad, but he's like a stepdad to the sister.
Did not I know that Keith is coming home for good tomorrow?
Yep. She knows your dad is coming home.
You mean our dad?
That's not her dad.
Ah.
He's just a bonus daddy.
So he's like her stepdad or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's my real dad.
He's not your biological dad, but yeah, he is the man that takes care of you and loves you dearly.
He's not my biological dad? I thought he was my biological dad.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, does she know who her dad is? And not you over here lying and saying that this is the father that birthed you when she has never seen that man a day in her life. You barely have. And so you over here throwing this dad situation. And then another thing, the little girl was telling her like, oh, when he gets home, he's the man of the house and going to drive the car and tell us what to do.
He's the boss of the house.
He's the boss of the house. There you go.
He gets to drive the car.
He gets to
in the front seat.
In the front seat.
And he gets to tell us what our chores are. Right?
No, he don't tell me what my chores are.
Just like the judge said about we need to see some change before we send your son to you, it's the same with your child, your young child. You're gonna have this inmate. At the end of the day, he is he can be a good man, but he's a stranger, a prisoner, and you're gonna have him come into your home around your daughter who has never seen him and take charge. No, he needs to build up to that, and that's the problem that the oldest daughter has, which it seems like you know and you respect. And
my oldest daughter is just like not with that. She's older. She don't know this man.
Which is, she don't know that man. He got to build that trust. So just because you have a little kid doesn't mean you can manipulate her into thinking, oh, this is your dad. Like, you know, we're going to play house and pretend like we have our own daughter and you can just step in because she's young and, you know, we can just manipulate her mind. No, he needs to prove himself. And I'm sure he can because it seemed like a decent man. But for you to just throw that onto your youngest daughter and she's like, you know, he's gonna run the house, absolutely not. So that kind of bothered me, but they get a situation, I don't know. I won't say CPS because they already got DFAS coming up to them, so y'all need to. So we go to pick him up because he is out now, and she's happy to see her man. He stayed with some fresh retwist, so I'm like, sir, who was in there doing your hair? However, I like him. He does seem cool. He does seem like he's working on himself. And so they have a nice little family dinner, and that's that. So I'm excited to see how things play out, especially if we hear more about her charges. And I'm hoping that they got cameras right back up. Because we need to see what's going on now in real time, because he's on the outside trying to hold it down and she in and out of jail. Our scammers are back. Our scammers are, well, at least one scammer, and that's zeruiah, whatever, and Troy. But I don't want to see them. I want to see Karen.
She's a psychopathic ass bitch.
But the scammers are at this house setting up a Christmas tree like they some big happy family.
This is nice.
Troy did what he said he was gonna do. He asked to remarry me.
I'm looking around like, okay, this don't look like the same house that y'all were just in, and we need to be talking about that. But she wanna put these ribbons on the tree and talk about, oh, our family's so good. And that's the thing, 'cause I'm always like, what is the reason for these people to be on these shows? Her reason is to think that everything is so perfect and lovey-dovey, and look at us. Girl, that ain't how this show works. You should know that. By now you should know that. And we know that. So we see right through it. Even if we were seeing y'all for the first time, don't nobody believe that. It's straight delusion. So they talking about their jobs, and he said he started a business where he's waxing floors and taking selfies in the bathroom.
I've started a business doing waxing and buffing the floors.
Because of it, we don't have any financial issues anymore.
And she didn't talk about it, but on the photo it says substitute teacher. I'm like, girl, weren't you like trying to be boss and CEO like Letitia? Making him the boss of those people from jail.
I am excited. I'm on my way to my first day at work. I finally get to meet my staff. We are co-partners in Project Hill.
That's what I remember the last time you were on, and we saw how that worked out for Letitia, so I'm sure you probably shut that down. Because I remember that little drive she tried to do to raise money last minute for her nonprofit, but we just saw her complaining about not paying rent, being behind on rent for her home and her business.
And there's some other bills that I wasn't able to pay. I wasn't able to pay the office rent. So the rent that's due in a couple weeks, for our own personal rent, I only paid up until this month. So we don't have no money. Grant funding is much different than the basic paycheck to paycheck.
And then we saw a little boot on your car too.
And give them the violation number. They'll tell you how much you owe. They'll take a debit card or a credit card over the phone.
So you got all these bills to pay, and you trying to get this money for your girl. So I'm sure they shut that down. But that causes me to raise questions, because I'm like, how were you behind on rent for months and behind on rent for months at your place of business, yet you just got a new lake house?
A beautiful new lake house. The kids have a huge backyard to play in. All the space.
It's giving y'all gonna be somewhere else the next season if y'all come back. Well, I'll say when y'all come back, because again, we don't want to see y'all. We want to see Karen. So if we gotta suffer to see some scenes with y'all just to see Karen, then we'll suffer through. They end their confessional line about this whole, oh, our life is so great. Girl, we don't believe that, and we don't want to hear it. But then Troy gets a call from Karen. Now, Miss Karen is over here rolling up and ready to spill the tea, because she like, are you around Zeruiah? Because I don't want to hurt her little feeling. Heard it.
Well, anyway, I got something to tell you. You by yourself, you with Zeruiah? Because I don't want her to have a reaction, because then that's going to have me have a reaction. And I don't want to hurt her little feelings.
Hurt those feelings. And so she's like, she has something to say, but Troy going to say, well, I'm not going to listen to this and hang up the phone. Girl, Karen, tell the cameras, because we want to hear.
I don't got time for this. Don't call me.
Screw you.
Oh, my God. Karen, for you.
Hey.
We want to know what's going on, because one thing about Karen, she gonna have some tea on Zeruiah, and it's probably coming from Yana too. So they still trying to decorate this tree and be this big little family. And her son is like excited for Christmas and for your family and our family to come together. And then Troy checks him and is like, whoa, remember, one big happy family.
And I'm hoping that your family and Dad's family will come together.
Your family and Dad's. Our.
And so he's like, yeah, you're right. Now, Troy gets a call from his sister, and I'm like, Karen is going to get her message across one way or the other. Now, I don't think this message was what she was going to say, because the sister is like, his younger brother is spiraling and they need him to come home because maybe hearing from his older brother would help. And Troy said in his confessional that he doesn't want him to follow his footsteps into the bad lifestyle that he went in.
My little brother is Vaughn. He's 26 years old. I don't want him to make the same mistakes that I made.
But he's like, because of all the issues that Zeruiah has with Yana, Karen, and his side of the family, he's questioning it. I'm gonna gonna tell him the same thing I tell the class, because I don't know who taught him, but you gotta look at the common denominator. If all these people have separate issues with your wife, sorry, you gotta see what's going on there. Not saying they're all 100% right, which they are. You not thinking you just gonna cut everybody out, including your family, because they say your wife, everybody says your wife got a nasty attitude or, whatever. So the fact that you are in here talking with your little brother who's spiraling, you saying, on one hand, I got my family, on the other hand, I want to have a good Christmas.
I just feel like I just deserve to have, my first Christmas being home. So I gotta just...
But you've been gone for 7 years, so who else is there but me? This is a crisis, and I need you home.
On one hand, it's my first Christmas here with my family. And then on the other hand, it's like, damn, my little brother, he need me.
A good Christmas? What happened to you telling her son, oh, one family, one family?
Your family? Yes. Our.
And even your sister checked you, just like, well, we were holding it down because you were away. And that's the thing. I feel like with brainwash, he is fully brainwashed by Zeruiah, because the fact that you keep cutting your family members out because they have issues with her, and the issues that at least we see are valid. And then we also see her yelling and doing all this stuff at you too, but you always fall back to her and magically, oh, everything's so great. That's being brainwashed. And so the next day, she's still trying to play this little happy wife, happy mom role and make some breakfast. What is that even supposed to be? That looks disgusting. So while she's in there burning food for him to eat for breakfast, he's in the other room packing a bag because he decides, I'm going to go up this mountain for my family, which should not have to be a big decision, especially in his case. But what's funny to me is while she's in here burning food, he just walks to the door with all these bags, and she's like, where are you going?
Why do you have your bags?
I'm gonna go take care of family business.
So that's when he tells her, and Miss Girl does what she does best, manipulation. Because he tells her, they're having some issues with my brother, he's spiraling, they just want me to come and take care of this family matter. The first thing she says is, oh, are you gonna see baby Troy? Which equals, are you gonna be around Yana? And so he's like, duh, like she's there, so I will see her. And she's like, well, I want to go. I want to see baby Troy, and I want to also talk to Yana, but you don't want to talk to that girl, and that girl does not want to talk to you.
Are you about to go see baby Troy?
I was trying to see her while I'm there just as well.
Okay, so if you're trying to see her, I want to come. I want to be able to talk to Yana, so then that way we could at least try to move forward.
All right, well, first I'm going for my little brother.
You just like Bianca, want to be in control and be there because you know they got some stuff to say about you because you know you wrong. If you were right and confident in your husband and knowing that, oh, he gonna stand by my side, if you brainwash him good enough, then you should be able to let him go freely, and you know he's gonna come back and your little trick worked. But apparently your little brainwash spell ain't strong enough because you still over here stressed. It goes from you wanting to talk to Yana, and then he does come back and eat your little nasty food, which you got the nerve to talk about choke on it.
Food good.
Choke on it then.
Ma'am, I think you're gonna choke on it regardless because it's burnt and nasty. Now you over here talking about, well, I want to be there, support, like you doing all this without. Which one is it? Which one is it? You are spiraling because at the end of the day, it's all about control and manipulation. Because now you're saying, well, last night I asked you what was going on and you said nothing or something like that. Or you didn't say that. So now you are going there. So is that not a version of lying, withholding the truth?
Oh, what's
I
going on?
didn't hear you talking to anybody on this morning. So last night when you took your phone call and you came back in like everything was fine and I asked you what the matter was and you said no, is that or is that not lying?
No, I'm lying. Lord Jesus.
How aren't you? Withholding the truth is
I'm getting ready
lying.
to go.
Oh, if we want to talk about withholding the truth, what about you withholding the truth that you were behind all these rent payments?
Wasn't able to pay the office rent, so, we won't be able to be at the office. I've kept our financial dealings a little under wraps.
Did you take your lashings for that? I think not. So that's where it's like, it's so selfish because this is a serious family matter and you only thinking about me, me, me. So that's why I'm glad Karen drags you every chance she gets because it's deserving.
She's a psychopathic ass bitch.
Now we get to two of the dumbest people on this show, JK and Brooke. Lord have mercy. She's finally out of Cathy's house and at her mama's house, which I'm confused because I thought she lived with the roommate, his friend / her friend, but her mama's always watching her kids and she's always over there. So I don't know what to believe out of her mouth, but we obviously see she's a big liar. So who knows? However, her mama's in here making breakfast and she's in the bathroom taking a pregnancy test.
I have a few positive and a few negatives. Me and JK, we really wanted, to have a baby together, but now, it's a possibility that him and I aren't even gonna be together.
I don't know what goes through these people's minds when they are over here talking about 1.5 kids.
You go get a damn job.
Yeah.
You losing jobs, losing money. But I cracked the code. And I'm gonna get into that in a second. But she's over here taking 5 pregnancy tests and she's like 3 is positive and 2 is negative. So I don't know. Girl, you need to be taking a drug test so you can get a job and support your kids and be a real mama. Because you coming out the bathroom, handing them plates, trying to play mama and pretend you over here making the food when we saw your mom is the one making the food.
So,
where have you been?
In the bathroom. Bro, Brantley, breakfast is ready.
Oh.
This one's yours, Brent.
She just irks me. Then she brings up JK and after their fight and her kids reading the script that she gave them of...
Have you heard from JK?
I have not. Has he called or texted your phone?
No.
I know where he's at.
Where?
Texas.
Texas?
He's at his exes.
Oh, exes. I
Probably.
thought he said in Texas.
Like, girl, those kids, A, don't want to be there because he was ready to leave.
Do you want to go play your video game and take a break?
Yes. Deuces.
And B, why are you involving them in this whole situation trying to make this sob story saying, he said he's going to take care of my kids. He said he's going to do this no matter what we got going.
It breaks my heart because he promised that he would never abandon the kids no matter what happened between him and I. And I mean, he's already doing that just because we got into an argument.
You also said you were going to take care of your kids and be a parent, and we don't see you doing that. Why are you trying to force this man on your kids? You already said you didn't want that when he initially said it. So why? It's just all about toxic control. She tells her mom that I took some pregnancy tests and I might be... So she loves chaos. She loves chaos and she loves a toxic environment, which is why I'm glad those kids aren't with her.
When I just went to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
I took multiple pregnancy tests while we were in there. 4 of them were positive and 2 of them were negative.
Jesus Christ.
So I don't really know, what that means.
And her mom is just stressed because she knows that's going to be another mouth that she has to take care of. Not her, because she obviously don't take care of her own kids. And so the mom is like blaming JK and saying he's bad for her. No.
If you are pregnant, this kid ain't got a chance in hell. I asked her the other day if she was using protection. She told me she was. All she's done is lie. JK, I don't know. I think he brings out the worst in her.
No, he's not innocent by far. Your daughter is just toxic, period. And even last season or whatever, the mom was agreeing with JK, calling the daughter crazy. So where are we at now? Did she hand you a script to read too?
That's how she is, and it goes back to the way she's been treated in the past, and that's not your fault. She's still going to associate that until she sees...
And she'll end up pushing people away like that.
You're exactly right.
She'll
and I've
push you
tried to
away.
tell her that. I've tried to tell her that because nobody wants to feel like in jail when they're in a relationship. Who wants to do that?
It wasn't adding up. And what also wasn't adding up is she says like, oh, I also lost my job.
I don't have a job.
Really? What the?
So again, she loves to just drop all this sad information and bombs. Like somebody's supposed to feel sorry for her. And her mom is acting surprised, but I'm also like, I thought you either worked for your mom or you worked with her, so.
I love being able to work with my mom. She's my best friend. That's cute.
Why doesn't she know? Like, it doesn't, because when that happened, you said it was because you left early to go see Alex or call him out.
I gotta go.
Hey, you're at work.
I'm not even worried at this point about losing my job. My mind at this point is set on getting over to Alex's house and throwing hands.
Your mom was standing right there, so I feel like if y'all work for someone, that person would let her know. So all of this isn't adding up, and she is just a big liar.
All she's done is lie.
Something's wrong with her. Something's off upstairs. But then B is just like, are you just staging this and pretending and, you know, trying to make this big storyline, which I feel like that's what her and him are trying to do. The kids and the parents, including Cathy, they're just here, and you're doing this to them, and they just tired of you. They're just tired. They're tired of you, and I'm tired of you. The fans, oh, sorry, not fans. The audience, we are tired of you. What she said in her confessional.
You need to keep your mouth shut to him and everybody else until you have a positive blood test from a doctor.
No, I'm gonna go to him and I'm gonna tell him, like, hey, this is what we've got, buddy. And I'm gonna talk to him about having a baby.
Idiot, I swear.
Yep. Children.
I'm starting to see that she is the toxic type that likes to trap men with kids, and if y'all have an issue, she want to pop out a baby, so you trap. She weaponizes being a mom, and I say just being a mom, period, to control and trap men. She did that with the boys that she already has, and then she's over here trying to force a kid when both of y'all are not in any situation to take care of children, period, and y'all can't even take care of yourselves. So
you go get a damn job.
What sense does that make as opposed to you just trying to use a child to trap him? Like, well, he has to talk to me. He has to talk to me now. Like, we got to figure this out. Oh, yeah. To go to that length just to force him to talk to you is absolutely insane. And that's when you need to call CPS, because, girl, you need to seek help. You need to seek help, free those kids, because what you're doing is evil and horrible. Those poor kids have to suffer. You over here too busy chasing a man and trying to make a kid with them when you're not even spending time with your kids now. You always at Cathy's house. At least you gone, giving her a break. So she goes over to Cathy's house and, you know, tells him like, you know, oh, I'm pregnant. You know, we got to tell, how we going to tell the parents and blah, blah, blah. So they bring Cathy and the stepfather in, and Cathy's just tired of y'all. She is just so tired of y'all. She's like, y'all filming again. What now? And so he just drops the bomb that,
man, she took some pregnancy tests.
oh, Jesus. I don't know what reaction y'all thought y'all were gonna get, like a yay, congratulations, especially from Cathy. And I'm glad that they had the reaction that they had, because y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up in this little fairy tale land that y'all try to make all this chaos, but put it on your parents, because at the end of the day, Brooke is making her mama play babysitter and take care of her kids while she do what she wanna do. JK is fully relying on staying at Cathy's house, not working, or if he's working, you know, saving his money, but he's at that house and bringing her there to where she already said she feels in tight spaces because y'all trying to take over and do all this stuff, because she also has a roommate and then her man is there too. So y'all have nothing better to do but to just create chaos and talk about, oh, we want to make a baby for someone else, because it's obviously not for y'all. And when y'all have issues, then she gonna be after the next person and using these kids to get at that, but then try to also get back. So girl, you are just toxic. You are a toxic parent, and I don't feel bad for saying that, because I see, even if I don't know how you take care of your kids outside of filming, whatever, I'll put that to the side. But for you to be in your predicament and over here talking about wanting to have a baby, that is a toxic mother. So I'll stand on that. Also, Cathy is over here talking about, y'all got a reality check. What you want us to do? And she got the nerve.
Mama, you all right?
No, I'm not. She bought you rubbers to use. Not to put on decorations for the Christmas tree.
Y'all ain't being very much help right now. Like, I'm
what
trying
do
to
you say? What do you want me to say? Yippee-ki-yay, we're gonna have a baby?
I mean, that would be nice. This is your baby's baby. Why are you not excited about it?
Pipe up at Cathy talking about, you know, congratulate. Girl. Because at this point, Cathy needs to start swinging on her, and the stepfather needs to start swinging on JK. Because when I tell you, Cathy picked her a good man, because Cathy be reading them down, but she took a break because, again, she is tired, and he stepped it up, and I was like, sir.
I told you, don't get her pregnant right away.
You don't listen! I've told you numerous times, don't get the girl pregnant, can't afford it!
You two have got to figure out what you're gonna do. Calm down.
Don't come to us for money. We done told you.
But I'm gonna have it figured out.
Oh, this is good. Yeah, figure it. Go ahead. And while you're in prison, what'd you tell me?
I learned to listen.
Apparently not. This is the third time he's gotten out of prison. And this is the third time that JK hasn't done anything with what he learned in prison. Maybe he'll get a friggin' brain cell to take care of the child. He needs something. I ain't got time for this crap.
You've been quiet all these episodes. Thank you for giving Cathy a break, and thank you for going in on them and on him especially, because even when he's like, well, what's your plan? What's your plan? And he's saying that he laughed, and I laughed too, because he's like, okay, y'all do y'all find out, but don't ask them for money. You figure it out. You figure it out, but figure it out somewhere else and outside of this house, because that's what you want, and that's why you're not thinking twice about this, because it's not like, oh, if something happens, I can fall back on y'all. Y'all already falling back on them. Y'all already falling back on his parents and her parents. So that's why y'all not even thinking twice about what you're doing, which is why Justine's mama was just like, deuces. And that's what they got to do now too, because you need to feel the weight of what you are doing and not just do all this and throw it on your parents, but no, you need to feel the weight of it and stop having these kids. And if you do, then that's when I'm like, CPS, because you ain't you setting these kids up for failure. That's all you're doing for your own selfish reasons. So I am so glad, not only Cathy, but her man is out here reading them down, because that's what y'all need. That's what y'all need. But y'all need to go out back. Cathy needs to start swinging on Brooke, and the stepfather need to start swinging on JK, because y'all need to be just like the Plows, rearrange those noses, and then maybe y'all wake up a little bit. So I'm excited to see the next couple of episodes. Definitely seeing Miss Karen them re-spark the hype, because I'm just happy. I'm happy to start dragging these people, because y'all really came on acting the fool and just trying to stroll by and do whatever y'all want to do. But now it's time to start dragging. We about to drag every single last one of y'all for all these crazy decisions. And I'm going to be sitting front row for it.